Welcome everyone. So today I'm doing a tarot reading for the sign of Taurus. That means that if you are a Taurus or you want to find out a little bit more about a Taurus, this video is for you. I've already shuffled the cards. I always do that before the video starts to save you guys some time, so everything's ready to go. Now, I haven't looked at them either. We're going to do that together and see what's happening with you. So the first two cards here are the recent past. That is the position that they're in, and I'm going to sort of explain these positions as I go. So the first two cards are the World as the tarot card, and then the Oracle card here is the Cave. So wow, this seems big, man. So the World is all about chapters, like big chapters in our life, like big phases, ending and beginning. Chapters coming to an end and chapters beginning. So like big lessons, coming to a close, and then like a whole new theme starting for your life. That's what I'm getting here in the recent past. But with the Cave here, it's really throwing me off because it's like you're not done yet. There is still more to explore with the Cave. There is still deeper things to delve into, to discover inside that cave. All right, let's pull some cards to see what else we get. Tell me more about the World, please, with the Cave here in the past for my Tauruses. Well, that was fast. So I have Aquarius. Interesting. So Aquarius in this position, what we need to explore is what is kind of the right thing to do on behalf of everyone, all parties. Aquarius is like humanitarian, right? It's like what is fair for all of the different groups of people. And a lot of times Aquarius is like a particular like niche group of people speaking out. A lot of times that's Aquarius energy. But so this could be like about a niche group of people too. Maybe that is part of the exploratory process. Underneath that is, on the bottom of the deck is the Neptune card, which talks about things being fuzzy, cloudy, nebulous, unclear. And I feel like that is the exploration. We gotta it's a big chapter in our lives that we gotta fully close by exploring this last little bit here that has to do with just groups. For whatever reason, apply this. I'm not sure why. Aquarius came out. So it has to do with this last little bit of self-knowing, or this last little bit of dealing with lessons, finalizing these old lessons, has to do with niche groups, minorities, or just people who are underrepresented. It's about groups for some reason, and there is something that is still ambiguous about that we need to find out more about. On the top here, because the top, just to explain, the top, after I have shuffled the deck, will tell me more specific details. The bottom expands outwards into the circumstances surrounding the question. So I'm just going to look on the top a couple more cards to see what else I can get here for details going inward. So I have Aries with the Princess and the Ship. Remember, I'm still trying to get more information on the recent past, which is these chapters coming to a close. So, wow. There's a lot of just youth represented in these two cards. This is just a lot of youth. We were young, and now we're finishing that chapter of being young, just maybe very young and naive, immature perhaps, and we got to close out that chapter. Maybe it's time to move on from that to the next phase. And then the last card here is the Ship, which sort of tells me that maybe there's been some avoidance. There's been some avoidance in doing this. Okay, let's keep going and let us move into the present now. So in the present, there's actually a few different positions I can look at. And I think the one I want to look at is the position of the Heart, which tells me how you guys are feeling at the moment. Let's see. So I have here the Knight of Pentacles with the number 5. Interesting. This is trying to be reliable. I want things to be reliable. I want things to be stable. Is a need for stability. Well, but there's a problem because the 5 here means that things are not stable. Is that there is some kind of instability. Now, whether that's emotional instability, since we're talking about the Heart, then whether that's emotional stability and you can't seem to regulate your own emotion, or whether the external world is affecting you, is disrupting your stability. I'm gonna have to pull a card to see which one that is. But that's what I'm getting here, is like a desire for stability, a desire for things not to be so shaky or conflictive. Tell me more about the Knight of Pentacles, the number 5, and the position of the heart for my Tauruses. Okay. So I have here 2 cards that came out. Again, pretty fast on these. So I have the number 6 with the unicursal hexagram. It's interesting because if you look, the unicursal hexagram has 6 sides, and then we have the number 6. This is essentially, to me, really talking about your own personal divine purpose, right? The reason why it's like there's an inner conflict. It's like, I want things to be stable, but at the same time, I need things to be shaken up, or there's a restlessness, or there is an instability regardless of that. And it's because what we truly want is to find our purpose, to find our higher calling. The unicursal hexagram is like your divine purpose, your divine calling being aligned. So it's like, I don't think you guys are necessarily aligned, which is why you guys are like looking for stability in something, and it's like fleeting. It is, the feeling of stability is fleeting, and the reason is because we haven't found this, is because this is the thing that is truly stable. It's being divinely aligned and like following your true purpose, your true calling. Yeah. Let's keep going. I don't want to get stuck in one position. So let's move to the position of the hand. This actually tells me what you guys are doing outwardly, how you guys are dealing with people and situations. Let's see. Oh, interesting. So we're making things super clear, super cut and dry, dotting our I's and crossing our T's, and this is like crisp. This is crisp. Our actions are clear and crisp. We're leaving nothing to be imagined. Like, we're saying exactly what it is, what things are as we see them. Now, maybe we don't know everything yet. Maybe we haven't explored everything, but we are saying things as we see them, as clearly as we see them here. We're just, I don't know who we're saying them to, but we're making things very clear. We're living openly. That's good. Let me pull a card on this. Tell you about the Ace of Swords with the arrow here. Tell me about the Ace of Swords with the arrow. The arrow can also just mean a specific piece of information rather than general clarity. We are being specific with we're being clear with something specific. Anything else here? A card did come out. I want to see if anything else comes out. Anything else? Anything else? I think there's probably going to be something else. Okay. I am clarifying these cards. So these cards are going to be about these cards, remember. Now, what are we being super clear on? We are being super, super clear on where we stand, on the future, on our plans. The chair is the position. Sagittarius is the big plan. So we're actually making our big plans known to people. We're making them clear, and we're also making our position and where we stand very, very clear. That's good. All right, let's move on to, there's only one more position of the present, and then we're going to find out what's going to happen to you guys in the future. So let's see. All right, so the last position of the present is the position of the head. This tells me what you guys are thinking. So I have the 10 of Pentacles with the coal. That's a piece of coal. Okay, so again, it's interesting because I was saying before, you guys really want stability. Your strategy is stability. You're focused on not just money, but like 10 of Pentacles is more like your home, more like financial, not just like money, but like financial, what's the word I'm looking for? Infrastructure. I would say infrastructure. That's the 10 of Pentacles. It's like having the house, having a car, having, maybe having a bank account too, but it's not really about the money. It's about everything that comes along with it. It's the stability, it's the setup, it's the infrastructure. But that's our strategy here. And why are we focusing on infrastructure, on these physical things? Remember, we have not had a lot of luck figuring out our purpose, which is why there's this like restless, self-conflictive energy here in the heart space. And that's shown here too. with coal. It's like, we haven't had a lot of luck elsewhere, so let's focus on this as my strategy. But you guys are being super clear about your strategy too. I am going to pull a card on this because I'm interested. The coal is an interesting, it's interesting that the coal showed up here. So I'm going to pull a card. Tell me more about the coal with the Ten of Pentacles. Tell me more about coal with the Ten of Pentacles, my Tauruses. Okay, interesting. So the left turn arrow. The left turn arrow is like an unexpected turn. So I think that we haven't really had a lot of luck with maybe figuring out these unexpected things, you know? The thing that is yet to be explored, which is also potentially unexpected, we've had trouble figuring that out. That's why coal showed up. And then that's also why we're focusing more on the material than really what is our, like, in our hearts, or our purpose, or things that are like more of like a higher level. Okay, let's move to the future and see what's gonna happen, you guys. So this is like really more of like the 2 week ahead type of future, not like your whole life. Okay, so let's take a look here. Oh, I already have them dealt. So let's see what is going to happen now. This does have to do with your options right now. Remember that the future can change. Okay, I say this because I just saw a bad card, so this could come as a warning for you guys. I do have the Tower. Sorry. So the Tower is the worst card in the deck, hands down. The Tower is like, maybe it's just my personality, but to me, the Tower, what the Tower means is you were wrong. But not just you were wrong. You were wrong with overwhelmingly bad consequences. Like, you found out you were wrong by the rug getting like pulled out from under you. That's the Tower. Now, with the Mask here, the mask is super interesting because the mask is just about something obvious. Or an object, you know, something on the surface. I'm gonna have to pull a card on this because looking at these two cards, this could be something literally like you got a breakout on your face, right? The mask here. If you were very, very attached to your appearance, that could be it, but I don't think so. Or this could actually be the Tower with the mask, could even be like an object breaking, like something physically exploding. I gotta pull a card. This is still too general. Tell me what the short-term future for my Taurus is. Something is exploding, basically, okay? Something's exploding in your life. Now, whether that's... It has to do with the mask. Now, whether that is your face, that seems unlikely. But I think that it more has to do with something obvious, something that's on the surface. Maybe something that is, like, clearly going to explode. Okay, I take that back. Nope, a Neptune. You don't see it coming. You are not seeing this coming. A couple other cards actually came out along with Neptune, so let's see. Taurus, your card. The bread. The ship. Interesting. So we have two cards, again, that have to do with the basics. Taurus and bread are both like daily bread, you know? Like food and shelter. And again, we're clarifying something that's physical in nature or like surface level. That's the mask's meaning. Oh, and also, hold on. The other card that came out was also the ship. So now I'm trying to make sense of this. I have to make sense of this. 1 second. You know, I'm just going to look on the bottom. So on the bottom is the rabbit. You know, I'm really feeling like there's going to be like a financial, some object that's worth money is just going to kerfluffle, like kapoo, kaplowy. It's just going to break. It's like a lot of money. The bread, I know I'm pulling a lot of cards here, guys, because I'm trying to make sense of this. It's the rabbit with the treasure chest is just basically a lot of money. It ends up having to get spent on the city and the manticore, which is like an annoying expenditure in like a bureaucratic sense. You're paying out to the city essentially. Doesn't mean taxes. I just mean to an institution or an organization or a corporation. So essentially, you're running into something that's gonna break. I really do think it's something that's very basic and obvious, like an object, okay? And you're just gonna have to pay money on it. You're not gonna see it coming. I really don't see how this is helping you. Let me pull another card to see if there's any more information on this, or why this is even showing up. Like, how is this gonna help you, knowing that something's gonna break on your face? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else about this? Okay. All right. Pluto. You know, this could be your face. This could literally be, I mean, you know, it could be a mixed bag actually, because I'm getting so many cards. I think it's like two different groups here. It's two different groups of people. One group of people, it's literally just an object breaking. Like, you drop your phone, your car breaks down. The other group of people, what I'm getting now is something way more like intense. This is like your reputation, specifically your like reputation, maybe even work reputation, essentially is what crumbles, is what breaks. That is what the mask means for some of you. It's the way you look, the way people perceive you. Okay, that is what crumbles, and the reason is, well, I don't know what the reason is. I'm not sure what the reason is, but I do know that it's for this boat of people. It has to do with Pluto, which has to do with desire or sex or like something very taboo. Could also be, Pluto is also just power. So this could just be a crumbling of someone. Okay, so that, oh, I see it. Pluto in this sense is the power that comes from having a good reputation. Like if you have like a really good reputation, that has its own power. That's why Pluto's showing up, and that's what's being lost, is the power that comes with the reputation of the way people see you. If you're in this boat of people, I still don't know why this is all happening, but the tower always happens because your expectations were built on faulty reasoning, is because you're essentially like building all these things that you do on a wrong foundation, okay? Let's pull advice for you guys. So the way I pull advice is leave it open to just like clear-cut positive advice. It's probably going to mention this reading, but I'm going to leave it open anyway. So tell me positive advice, please, for my Tauruses. We're going to do one oracle card and one tarot card, or however many decide to pop out. I have a message for my Tauruses for advice. Something flipped. Ace of Wands. Interesting. It's interesting the Ace of Wands came up because remember before in your actions, you guys got the Ace of Swords. So you guys are speaking and you're being clear about what you want. It's time to act. It's time to act. To actually follow that clarity up with more action. That's the Ace of Wands. All right. Let's pull an oracle card. Anything else for advice here for my Tauruses? Anything else? Anything else for advice for my Tauruses? Ooh. The King. Okay. The King. There is like a pride that comes with the King. It's like, have pride in the things you do, you know? That's part of the message here. It's have pride in the things you do and do the things you want to do. That's what's coming up here. I pulled some clarifier cards just to see if I get anything else, and it's sort of like saying like, so the three cards are the bread, Neptune, and the road. What does this say? It's like the things that I find delicious, the bread, the things that I need, sustenance, the bread. They're not being addressed. It's like they're being ignored with Neptune. They need to be not ignored with the road. Okay? It's like you need to do the things you want, and you need to follow up the things that you're saying with actions that support those things and do what you want and have pride in it. All right, guys, that's your advice. I hope it helped you, Tauruses, and I hope you guys got something out of this. If you did, please press the like button for me. That really helps me out. But regardless, thank you guys so much for showing an interest in my videos. I always really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in like a week or two. Take care.